Exiles, how are we doing? It's Mr. A2G and we are back playing some more Saga Survival. How we going, guys? Okay, hopefully this episode and this episode moving forward that the audio problem is squashed, finished, done, no more issues, no more asking if it's okay or not, because I know it's going to be fine. I've switched back to the old setup. So what I was sort of trying to do beforehand was, over the last couple of weeks, I sort of was using a pair of headphones with some microphone connected to it. So I wanted to hear what I was doing in terms of game sounds and things like that. And now, unfortunately, those headphones are not any good, because I know there's been some mixed reviews about it. People are saying it's fine. Other people have said not so much. I don't think it is either. So I'm going back to the old setup. So I've got my mic plugged into my phone. I can't hear the audio that's coming out because of the mic input. So it's basically mute outside for me, but you guys will hear everything just fine, hopefully. So yeah, we've gone back to the old setup, but we're going to digress from that there. Just wanted to address that real quick. Guys, we are nearly up to a new challenge. So in the next 3 hours, or just under that now, we've got the massive XP challenge. So as is tradition with this one here, the XP challenge, generally it's pretty much all out, try and get XP where you guys can, however you guys do it. It's basically all on you guys. So with that being said, I thought, you know what, let's do some pre-preparation. I'll let you know what I do personally, that how I help out my own clan and all that sort of stuff. And you know what, I reckon you guys probably do something very similar. If not, or if this is your first time watching, we're going to go through this together and hopefully give you guys a better possible start to this this certain challenge that we've got. So with this, basically we're going to have to just try and grind for XP wherever we can. So whether it would be crafting items through our workstations, or if we're going out to kill any sort of enemy, or whether it be grinding for resources to gain XP. Now usually it's more or less surrounding the generalization of things that I find. I haven't actually had a specific XP challenge where you can't gain XP from your crafting stations. So I thought, you know what, let's go through it and some quick tips here or there to let you know what I do, and if this will help you guys. I hope that it helps you guys more than it's helped me so far, but we'll get right into it. So guys, if you guys are new, make sure that you've subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Make sure you like the video, comment if you'd like, let me know how we're doing with this, and if there's any suggestions on your part. If you guys have any suggestions, please drop them in the comments there. There might be things that I'm not aware of or I haven't thought about, and you guys are using this to get more XP into these sort of challenges. Let's face it, especially when we're now that the new challenge or the rewards table have come out. Basically we've got our standard, then there's epic, and then there's legendary. So if you guys are getting to epic and legendary status, this is the time to sort of help your fellow exile out that will watch this particular video, and obviously myself as well, and provide some insights, tips, tricks, all that sort of stuff. So if you guys can help us out, that'd be fantastic. But for me, I usually do some of the following. So I haven't actually prepared properly just yet. I was thinking about doing that pretty soon, just to get things up and running. As you know, it's just under 3 hours away. By the time you guys are probably watching this, this is going to be more or less pretty much all full swing into effect with this challenge here. So first of all, I pretty much go through all my workstations at a glance, and the best way to do this is primarily jumping into your scroll menu here, as you've got all the XP challenges here. So you got your daily, crafting, adventure, and then you got build. This is the easiest way for you to have a look at all of your workstations at a glance, let you know where you're at with things. What type of materials do you need to upgrade the workstations and getting up to the next level? So the reason why I'm starting with this is because this is going to be the quickest way for you to get more XP straight off the bat. Now what I've done here is I've pretty much, for the most part, a couple of my workstations. So the smelting kiln, the till field, I've got 2 of those, mind you, at the moment. And I've got enough materials for the campfire, which I'll probably get done throughout the this particular challenge. So usually I will either hold everything off until I have all the necessary items. I either put them in a chest close by, and then as soon as the challenge happens, I throw everything into the stations and then just start upgrading, just upgrade one after the other. You'll find that you're just going to start getting XP out of nowhere. So I think, if anything, depending on the workstation, now unfortunately there's no exact guide or formula to follow at the moment, but at this point there's no sort of XP gain or what you know in terms of graphical numbers. So the more you do, obviously the better that you can get. So from memory, I think I upgraded maybe at least 3, possibly 4 workstations at once, and I got over 10,000 experience just right off the bat. That there will make a decent dent in the XP challenge for your clan, especially if you've got all 30 of your clanmates helping you out and doing the exact same thing. Well, you know, that's 30 times 10,000 XP. So if you do the math with that, guys, you know you're going to get a decent amount just to start you off. Excuse me. Now, obviously, if you double that, that's going to be even better, and so on and so forth. But there's only so much to a point that you guys can craft and get, upgrade your stations to a certain point. And obviously, this will come into certain restrictions, whether it be material-wise, that you've pretty much invested everything in and you haven't got anything else to utilize, and then obviously to put into the new recipe to upgrade your next part to the station, whatever it might be. And then it sort of rolls into what can you guys craft. So with this, I'll probably start off with crafting up water barrels. Sounds simple, or if you can do the casket as well, definitely do that. The reason why I look at these 2 first is for a couple of things. So basically, you craft these guys up, they're empty, they still give you a decent amount of XP. You notice that even for myself at level 60, I can still see the yellow bar move, even if I craft up a full stack, being 20 of water barrels, or even the casket there. So with that, I pretty much craft those up, and a lot of those items there are easily and readily found, whether through zone for the nails, or if you craft them up with the leather and things like that, with pelt and animal fat. Whichever way you do it the way you want to do it. And then obviously the wood planks. And then what you want to do is obviously fill them up, and that gives you a lot more XP as well. So you're basically, for your troubles, you're getting a stack of XP for doing the crafting of an empty barrel and then filling it up just with water, and then so on and so forth. As you can see, I've pretty much got my spring all the way up. I still need to upgrade it, I think 1 or 2 more times, I believe, and then I've got that at max capacity. So I've still got a little bit more room to move with that, but by doing that, it gives you a decent amount of XP. I even craft a lot of blessed water, believe it or not, and this is probably one easy way of trying to get some quick XP. So to elaborate that, over the last few challenges, I was able, well, as you can see, I've got quite a bit of blessed water at the moment, and the quickest way that I've been able to find all the materials is obviously just go through the dungeon, if you guys are able or up to it, kill all the undead as you can, and pick up all the essence there. And then those potion amaras will come pretty much along with it, with all the barrels and minor chests that you loot in that particular area. Or just make sure you got some water skins and berries. Very easy, can be found in zone 1 areas, and then you're able to make potion amaras. And again, you're still getting XP out of it. So again, I thought I'd just bring those 2 up. and make sure that you guys are obviously getting, you know, the most out of it. And if you want, you can obviously upgrade, you know, the teal field. I believe the fresh herbs do give you some decent XP. So that's the other thing I'd probably bring up whilst I was sort of going into it. And then also, if you want, you've got the oak plank, which I find that gives you a nice amount of XP. Not as much as what the water barrels and the casket will give you, but then you've always got the elm plank as well, but that's a little bit more rare and harder to come by. So I'd probably stick with oak if I were you and just make up the planks. And if you probably want to, you can definitely, if you've got the forge, make up the steel plates, which is a decent XP boost. And you know, if you want to get some more oil, you need the brewing cask naturally. So you just need some basic items here and there, and then you just start filling this thing up and just do it over a repetitive motion. But that's basically it. That's basically my way of doing things, just to boost XP as quick as I can. And I feel like if you get a good start with this, your clanmates would notice that, and hopefully they reciprocate. And reciprocate to the point where they're compelled or they are obligated to try and you know, do better or get more XP faster and a lot sooner. And suddenly you guys are basically just shot it out of the gate there, and you guys are pretty much captured the first lot of rewards in no time, and you're well onto the way to the next part, and so on and so forth. Excuse me. Naturally, this sort of comes back to, you know, your team, your you know, your clanmates here. So what you've got in your clan, your whole 30 or whatever it may be, all comes down to how active everyone is and how they're operating at the same time. Do they participate? Do they participate enough? Do they only just in there for the minor requirement? Or do they help the whole clan out by putting in 110%? Now I can say with my clan, a lot of my guys do put in 110%. I mean, there are some people that, you know, that only either get minimum requirement or a little bit over that, or you might only see a little bit come out of them. So it is what it is, guys. So I'd encourage to try and get those people that don't invest a lot of time in it. Try to call them out in a nice way, of course. You know, let them know that that they're still around, and say, hey, are you guys participating? What's going on? All that sort of stuff, and hopefully they can jump on board and help you guys out, because, you know, not only that, they're going to get the rewards, you're going to get the rewards, and that's what it's all about. It's free stuff, guys, so that's basically the only reason why I'm sort of bringing this up today. And, you know, and to some of the rewards that you do get from, you know, from doing your, you know, investment in time, as you can see, I mean, I haven't really picked out anything out of my my vault inventory here, but as you can see, I've got some decent armor as well. I've got the champion's armor, which I was really happy about. And as you can see, I've got another set of rogue armor outfit. I've already got a 2-star version of that, so I won't take that out today. But what I do want to take out and show off, of course, is the champion set. Look, I don't mind taking it out and using it and showing you guys, because I want you guys to see it, of course, and experience it. Plus, I've been dying to use the throwing knives. I really want to see what this is all about, how it sort of works, you know, the animation and things like that. But as you can see there, that looks pretty neat, pretty nifty. Let's pop on the champion set. Check that out. How cool does that look, guys? Yeah, that looks amazing. And you can see the stats are really good as well. I mean, if you sort of take some of that off, brings it right back down to nothing. So you got about 170 of armor defense, which is quite good. But yeah, he looks very kitted, very prepared for anything. But I want to quickly jump into a zone and just see what the throwing knives are all about. So we'll just do a basic zone today. Wouldn't mind grabbing some animal fat as well. And just on that as well, I found that animal fat are now dropping in other animals, so such as the wolf, the bear. Finally, I mean, that makes a whole lot of sense now. You'd think that there'll be a lot of animal fat that drops from a bear. I mean, you think of its size, all that sort of stuff. You think, why hasn't it happened in the first place? But it has now, which is good, especially with this latest update. There's been a ton of pelt being dropped in wolves, or dark wolves and things like that. But also that we're getting it from bears as well. Anyway, let's see how this sort of works out with the throwing knives, which is pretty quick, to be honest. Very, very quick. Just quickly, we'll have a quick look and see how many. Okay, so that was about nearly 128 on his maximum hit ability. So about 127, 128 hits, call it. So just as enough as a crossbow or pyromancer's ring, if it's a 1-star, of course. That you'll have a sufficient amount of usability with this, which is quite good. So it does about 26 damage, being a 1-star version. So that's equal to that of a non-star crossbow. Just thought I'd point that out if that's useful information to you guys. But yeah, I thought, you know what, we'll get some of this information out today. But also I've got some unique access as well. I haven't really brought this up, but I got this about a couple of weeks ago, and so did all the other YouTube influencers as well. So the devs or some very committed players of the game have started to compile a Wikipedia. And that's basically just for the pure instance of getting the right information, or having the right information at your fingertips. Now, I haven't been advised that we can share this just yet, so still waiting on confirmation with that there. But the only reason why I brought this up is if there's any certain information that you guys want to know, let me know in the comments. But also, hopefully if I can find that information out, I could at least tell you straight away with proper certainty and all that sort of stuff. So one thing I'm going to ask as well, and if the devs are watching, I would love for you guys to add EXP gain value against crafting items or upgrading certain workstations, you know. So what you put in, what type of XP do you get out of it, and then that way everyone can sort of promptly invest in such a way that we can know where to put our resources if we're in, say, an XP challenge. And that's probably the other thing I sort of wanted to look at as well. But I also did suggest something in my influence page on Discord, is that we've got a whole bunch of players here, and especially if you've got 30 people, how hard is it to try and catalog, if you're a leader, of course. Now I'm directing this to leaders of your own clan. How would you know if all of your players are active or somewhat active or non-active at all, or if they completely overexceed? So I dropped in a suggestion where, you know, on our little avatars there, we should have like a little node or like a little light status, and primarily have that there so you can actually know how often or how frequent are you, either playing or participating in clan events. So at least the leader would know if their clan members are on the active side. And this is going back to, you guys, who are active or who are not active. And it's up to the clan leader to either keep or remove one of those players. And only in the pure instance so that you guys can have an active clan and make use out of your challenges, or each and every challenge that you guys have. So I thought, I might bring that up, and I want to know what you guys think of that suggestion. Would you think that might be something that might be beneficial to you guys as a player or as a clan leader? So I was thinking maybe a red node, or light I should say, if you're only participated in less than one or one only challenge in the last 3. And that just sort of shows you activity sense. And then you might have like an amber or yellow light that you may have done maybe one, participated in the next one, whether you made it or not. It sort of gives you a different color. Green, actively participate, and it sort of shows us that you guys are active and trying to help and contribute. and then you might have like a silver or a gold status to say that you completely exceed and obliterate your expectations or what is required of you per each clan challenge. Or we could even have maybe a double node, so you might have one that shows you activeness and the next one would show you do you guys meet requirements, not, or do you over exceed. I don't know, I just thought I'd throw that in there. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here today. You've rambled on far too long as I usually do, but I'm just that type of person that likes to give you information as best as I can at length, all that sort of good stuff. But we'll leave it here today. Thank you guys for watching as always. If you guys are new, make sure that you guys are subscribed and notified to the channel so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Also like and comment. Make sure you like the video as much as possible, just so we can get this up the recommender page. That's all I ask for you guys. Otherwise, take it easy guys. Happy hunting. Hopefully you guys have a successful clan event. Take it easy.